Morning everyone, hope you're all well. So this is another video for the Talk Money week, and I'm out for my run, so I thought this would be a good location to do that from. So this is Christchurch Meadow and Park in Oxford, one of my favourite places to run, and it started me thinking about habits. So with running, it all just started with just getting out the door and running and building a habit. So this video is all about the savings habit and just getting started. So yesterday we went through your kind of spending plan, so you get an idea of what money is coming in, what income you're receiving, what is going out, and hopefully you've kind of gone through that and you know exactly where it's going and whether it should be going there in the first place or whether you need to change it or even reduce the amount that goes out. In an ideal world, that means that you then are getting an income in that's more than what you're spending out in bills, and it's making sure that we're then using that money, because obviously a lot of people just spend what's left without really thinking about it, and it's also called lifestyle creep. So the more you earn, the more you spend. So even if you've got a huge income, if your outgoings are huge, then you're not really making the use of that income. And it's quite often said that it's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. So once you've identified that there's spare money available to save, then that's really what you should start using the money to do. So the first thing we want to look to do is build up an emergency fund. If anything, COVID's kind of shown us all that we just don't know what's around the corner, and we need to have a pot of money that can help us get through that period of time. So initially, I always say to people, you want to look to build up an emergency fund of around about £1,000, because that's something you can build up reasonably quickly, and actually can help out in all sorts of emergencies. We're talking things like the car going, unexpected trips to the hospital if you need to do that. That's gonna, boiler going. It's gonna help with those type of emergencies, and save you having to use your credit card, because I've said it before, credit cards are not an emergency fund, because it might be the intention to pay them off reasonably quickly and not build any interest on it, but as we know, things just happen, and that might not be the case. So once you've built up your emergency funds, then that's money that you can access should you need to, and it's not really about the interest that you get on it. So bank accounts interest rates are pretty minimal at the moment, but that's really not the point that you're putting it away. You're just putting it so that you can dip into it should you need to in the future. So you just put it somewhere it's easily, not too easily accessible, but should you need to get hands on it, you can do. Once you've got your emergency funds, then hopefully you're using everything else to reduce down your debt, the high interest debt, and we'll talk about that in another video. But high interest debts just stop you having lots of different options, so you want to get those done and paid off as quick as you can do. But once, assuming that you have no debt, then what you're looking to do is build up additional savings. So again, you just want to top that emergency fund up, and I would always recommend that you have enough in your emergency fund to cover 3 to 6 months of your essential outgoings. So when you go through your budget planner or your spending plan, you want to identify which is essential and which are just lifestyle payments. Because if you need to, if something was to happen, so again, we look at the situation where people are being furloughed on reduced income, or even worse, where they've lost their income entirely. If you've got a 3 to 6 month buffer, then that's going to help out in that situation. And even if you were to lose your job for other reasons, so if you were to have a sickness, an illness that stopped you going into work, then again it will help you for that period of time while you recover, and hopefully give you time to find another job. So 3 to 6 months. And this is all, it's all individual, so you need to personalise it, because some people may feel that that's not enough, they'd want to keep a lot more. Others will feel that they don't need as much, but having emergency funds just makes so much sense. And then once you've got your emergency funds sorted out, you can then look at other things where maybe you consider paying down your lower interest rates. So your mortgages, you could overpay on your mortgage, and again we'll cover that in a separate video. Or you could actually look to start saving for the long term. So essentially the first thing you look to do is make sure that you're saving enough for your retirement, and that would be something you did before you repaid down your mortgage, really. So you look at your retirement plans and how much you're going to need, consider saving into a pension. And then once you've looked at that, you've got your kind of medium term savings, so more you're saving for 5, 10, 15 years, and considering what interest rate you're going to get from your savings. Do you need to consider investing? So I've just put some money away for my girls who are 4 and almost 2. So that's for when they get to 18. So for me, and this is no recommended, please don't take this as advice, but for me, I'm going to invest that money all day long, just because of the length of time that they're investing for. So savings is a habit, and it doesn't need to be a lot at start. It can be something on a monthly basis. Just put it away, screw it away, until you get it into it adds up over time. And again, I'll cover off something called compound interesting, because that is your friend when it comes down to saving money on a regular basis. So I hope you're all well. I am now going to finish off my run and start to do some more work. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll speak to you soon.